Welcome back, existing members. Welcome if you're brand new to the commercial section of Helicopter Online Ground School. I want to just give you a little bit of background on what's been going on the last couple months. I've just did a commercial check ride for Gary Cleveland, which is all that content is here inside the commercial section, and just did a CFI for Holly Gardell. So we have new content going into the CFI section as well. So with these two fresh check rides, I'm going to put as much content into the commercial and CFI section. Some of it will go down to the private section as well. Anything that relates to any of the ratings, we're getting up and inside the site for you. For the commercial section specifically, we're going to start reorganizing it and make it a better flow and reorganize content, bring in some new stuff, possibly replace older presentations with new ones. So we have a lot of really cool stuff going on. And first, since you're here as the commercial section, I want to make the point, this is Gary right after his commercial check ride, right after we got done. And we were all tired and ready to go home. It was a Saturday. But I just did a real quick debrief with Gary right there in front of the camera and also with the examiner as well, just to relay the message about private and commercial, how they're similar check rides. The big things on the commercial is going to be what you can and can't do as a commercial pilot. And of course, emergencies, limitations, helicopter hazards, all the things that could get you in trouble as a commercial pilot. You know, at the private level, you were getting your license to go out for fun and take up friends and family. So that's one level of training. When you're moving on to the commercial, all of a sudden it's a different environment because you're going to go out and you're going to fly more often. You're going to fly on days where the weather isn't maybe desirable or the conditions are hot and heavy and it's humid outside. So it is a process of learning everything that you learn at the private, learning it to a higher level. So as a member of the commercial membership, you have access to the commercial membership, also the private pilot membership, and then also our original modules 1 through 10, which is what Gary still really likes and hits really hard. You know, that's what he used for his private that we did several years ago. He used that mainly again for the commercial. So as we continue to build the commercial section and reorganize it, if there's something that you want to go back and review, you can always go back to the private pilot section, which we are reorganizing now, and members in that section are really happy. They like how we're taking it and dividing it into lessons. So now when you go to look for aerodynamics, there's one section of aerodynamics, which of course we know is helpful. And you know, that private pilot section, I had originally built it along with the practical test standards, which we know is going to be changing. But a note on that, one of the examiners we just used for one of these check rides, he actually inquired about the new ACS, and even though it's going into effect for fixed wing now, they're telling the examiners that, you know, it could be 2 years out on the ACS for helicopters. So we don't want to get in any big hurry and worry about that right now. So that's why we're reorganizing the private section to follow a method of training where you can go in and find what you want. And the practical test standards section worked good, the private section as it was, but people would say, hey, you know, it's hard for me to go find that specific aerodynamic subject, or it's hard to find that weather subject because the way the PTS was laid out, PTS is kind of strange how it kind of jumps around, and that's what we were following. So anyway, dig into the new commercial content. Know things are going to be changing. You know, the look is going to change. We're going to organize and make the flow better. Keep your comments coming as we organize the site and add new content. And I want to roll for you right now this video with short video with Gary and the examiner, the debrief after Gary's check ride. All right, Gary's sitting over there grinning. He just got his commercial done. You all know the story. We're here with Randy Sharkey, the examiner that took care of the commercial. And we all want to get home. It's Saturday, but Gary, what do you think between private and commercial? What do you tell someone who's getting ready for the commercial? Just a quick summary of how it went and what was the difference between the two.
Well, I think it went as expected because you prepared me. I had to be a lot smoother. Had to handle emergencies and think through emergencies at the commercial level, and I was able to do it thanks to your training and you fly in dual with me. And
thanks for the plug that I didn't ask for, but that's okay. But so it's right. It's what I said. It's the same check ride, pretty much. But you studied exactly what the examiner told you to study. Study the commercial or commercial privileges and limitations. What can and I cannot do, and knowing everything to a higher level than you did at the private.
Yes.
So Randy, just quick again for our people that are watching that are privates working on a commercial.
Yeah.
Very simple, just a little recommendation from you for them when they're getting ready.
Absolutely. I mean, there was no doubt that Gary was well prepared for today's check ride. And the biggest difference between the private and the commercial, let's talk first about the ground portion, is that when I ask an applicant for describe settling with power as a private applicant, you can be pretty vague and give me some pretty basic answers. When I'm asking that same question to a commercial applicant, we're looking for more in-depth answers, a true understanding of settling with power, and Gary demonstrated that today for us.
Awesome. All right, let's go home.
All right, I'm there.
Comments down below. See you later. So there you go. That was just a quick debrief. You know, Gary did an excellent job on the check ride. We have about a 20 or 25 minute debrief now in the commercial section where Gary and I sat down in the hangar and just kind of talked about how the check ride went. And you can get some really good insight out of that, of just us discussing how the check ride went. So dig into that content, let us know what you think. And then I want to make another quick announcement. I'm going to be going to Southern California this summer. Not sure what dates I'll be heading out there, but it'll be fairly soon, beginning of summer. I'm going to go out to work with some ground school with one of our members that wants me to help her specifically with the ground knowledge for the CFI. And we're also going to be filming some of that as we get her presentations, the subject area she's going to teach, and we get the presentations where we like them. We're going to film them, and that's going to be in ground school as well. So any of you members that are in the Southern California area, I'll let you know when I'm going to be out that way. If you guys want to get together, girls, and have a Coke or have a beer and sit and talk about helicopters. I had a great time about a year ago when I was in California just for a 24-hour period before coming home from a marketing event that I attended, and met with some members while I was there, and it was an absolute blast. So check out the new commercial content, leave comments, let us know what you think, and we'll see you in the next video.